Welcome to my little video here on things that we don't think about when we're building, whether it's a 1-to-1 or 124, 18, 6, whatever scale you're building. I got the supercharger here in front of me. I was messing with it today. In a minute we'll get back on the regular subject, but I may have to find another one probably. That or build some parts, some brackets here for it, make it work. It's 8900-204 intake, and inside of it, and I'll show some videos before I do it, there's a lot on these that only the builders would know what I'm talking about here, but there's a lot on these here where I think it's yeah, okay, 1 and 2 and 7 and 8 is getting less air than the other two. 3, let's see, 3 and 5 and 4 and 6 is getting more air than your other ones. And the reason why is that is when they emboss the holes for the bolt holes, there's one port here that, it's this one here. The bolt hole is actually, keep it right, the bolt hole is actually in 6, but the knot is in 8. So you've got 3/4 of an inch there to work with. This one's different, the whole bolt holes in the port. But they're blocks. They're not round. They're not smooth. So you'll have to go in there and smoothen those up to get as much air in the 4 cylinders as the other 4. But I'll do a video on this when we get to building that engine and all. Also today, I was messing with the thermal plate. This is a must now, whether it's supercharged or just on the intake. Get your thermal plate, because the fuel run today, when you kill it and let it sit for a little bit, it's gonna boil out. But anyway, let's get on what this video is about. So when you're building, like my console, the center console, you keep up with the parts list of everything you bought. Most people won't. They'll just buy something, install it, pitch it, and when they sell it, somebody says, "Where'd you get that from?" or whatever, and they probably can't tell you. When I buy a truck, if it's had a lot done to it, I usually ask them for a parts list or something where they got any kind of information, receipts, or whatever that they've bought. You'd be surprised the people who don't. They just pitch it. So I'm going to show you some examples, and then wiring. Do your wiring diagrams, and I'm going to discuss and show you some little simple ones you can do that will help you later on. So if something does happen to your project, at least you know where you did what to, where it went to. So let's go on and get down into it and talk about this a little bit. And when you build something, whether you wire something up or whatever, and what I mean by the smaller scale stuff, we kit bash sometimes when we build our old models. And somebody might say, "Well, where'd you get that wheel from? Where'd you get the wheels from you put on the truck?" You'd have a kit number of where you got the parts from. It's that simple. Keep up with all that. So let's get down into this and show you some examples of what I do. And so when you buy a truck from me, you've got everything you need. You shouldn't even have to. You won't have to call me and say, "Hey, where'd you get that switch from, or where did this come from, or whatever, that wire, How's that wire run? How'd you run that wire? You won't have to. It'll all be on paperwork. It'll be there for you to see, and you should have to contact me. Uh, it's that simple. So let's get into this and see what we got, and then in the comments, let me know if you're somebody that does the things that we're going to discuss. If not, try it. So when you go to sell something, you'd be surprised of the glow when somebody goes to buy something. You hand them a book and it says, this is all the info on everything I've done to the truck. Everything is there detailed. Go from there. So let's get into this and talk about it. It's just going to be a talk over deal. Just going to be some pictures and see what, like I say, at the end of it, let me know in the comments if you do this. I may be the only crazy one out here that does it. I don't know. I'm surely not. I'm sure there's other people that keep up with things. But do you go into the detail on it? You probably save all your receipts or whatever. But let's see if you do some of the things that gets done. When I finish this truck, I'll have the book on it, and I may do a video on the book when I get done, so you'll understand what I've done to the truck whenever we get done with it. Like the interior, we may stop at the interior and show you everything I've done, where I got everything from. Everything is there. In case somebody wants something just like it out of the truck. But let's get to it and go from there. We're going to talk about wiring symbols, wiring charts tonight, diagrams, what all. A lot of people, when they build something, when they wire something in, they don't use it. You should. You can download or Google any kind of symbol you need to, whether it's a plug, terminal, whatever. And I'm going to show you in a minute of a simple wiring diagram. I mean, simple. That way, when you go to sell something, or if you need to work on something, you can have the diagram there and you know where you're at. But a lot of people won't do this. You should. She'll make things a whole lot easier. You know what a resistor is, your battery. Of course, the ground's the easy one for everybody. Everybody pretty much knows the ground. Your switches, show your switches when they're closed or open, what operates. Put this in your book. That way you'll know later on what something goes where or what, you know. Repair makes repair a whole lot better, easier. But this is what we're going to discuss tonight. Just something on this wiring diagram first, and we're going to go into parts. But let's look at this next slide and see what we got on it right quick. And it don't take long to draw this out. These here you probably ever use. I mean, some of them you will, some of them you won't. Here's a simple wiring diagram. This is easy to duplicate if you need to in it, in your build or whatever. I tell you, it makes life easier when you go to do this. That console will have the wiring diagram. I'll have it, so if somebody does buy the truck or if I sell the truck, I'll have everything I need to go with it, so I can fix it later or whatever. Here's some more examples, some symbols. Some of these you'll use, some of you won't, you know, but at least do something. It don't take that much time to do this. Pretty simple deal, you know. Just take your time and draw it out. If you don't know how to draw it out, Google it. Find you some pictures. You don't know how to draw it, where your crossovers, any of it. And mark where your stuff is. You know, if a plug is a certain spot of the vehicle, mark where it might be at. You know, and I use a lot of these here. Just the common symbols. I mean, make things easier for you.
when it comes time to repair it. So we just look at these little pictures right here. You can flash them or whatever. That way you'll have them, or you can just Google them. See if you can guess all them. Some can, some won't. You know, uh, pretty simple. But anyway, when you build something again, make your wiring diagram. I'm gonna show you a couple real simple ones here at the end of these pictures right here. Right here's one of them. And here's go on the second one. Of course, you know the third one there. Just draw it out, make it right. Okay. Let's talk about parts now. Anytime you buy a part, keep all the info you can on it. Everything. This is the lights I got in the truck going in that console. It's going to show you all the information on these lights right here. Everything you need to know. And you'll get this, you know, somebody does decide to buy the truck. If I sell it, they'll have all the information on everything that's in that console. All the information. It'll be in a book. You're going to have to build your book. But a lot of people won't do this. I don't know why. There's more information on it right here. Get all the info you can on your parts. You know, and build your book, your table of contents, the whole works. Make it right. That way somebody can, if something don't work anymore or they break it, at least they can find the exact part again, or they can try to find it if it's available at that time. But this is the charging ports that go on the back of the console. And again, like the beginning of the video, do the wiring diagram to them, where it goes, how it works. So you'll have it all. But anyway, it's just something I want to talk about in this video is just keep your stuff together when you build something. Do it as you go. If you do it as you go, it makes things a whole lot easier at the end. This is all the info on them right here. So what all they could fit, you know, that plug, the whole works. I try to stay away from doing it like this. But this is all you can do. It's all you can do. But I don't recommend doing it like this here.
So now you know something that I do when I do a build. Just take your time. You do a build, piece by piece, whatever. On your 1-to-1, you build a hot rod, or say y'all do them LS swaps. Anytime you do extra wiring, whatever you buy, do your diagrams. When you go to sell that truck and you present that to somebody, that's going to help you. It's just something I wanted to put out here on my channel. It's something that I do a little extra that I hadn't really showed much. But when the truck is finished and ready to go, I'll have the book, but I may show as I finish things parts of the book as we go, if y'all want to see it. You know, no thing. We'll go through it and talk about it. And so somebody wants to build a console just like I built this one, you'll be able to. You should. Ain't much to them. A lot of time. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed it. And I'm going to try to get episode 10 probably won't come out until next weekend. I didn't get much done this week. It's been hot. But next weekend I should have 10 out, and we'll keep on trucking on this thing, get this truck finished up. And we'll talk to y'all then.